a sea of suffering, a landscape of despair. The Palestinian refugee crisis is one of the most pressing humanitarian issues of our time. The Palestinian refugee crisis. For decades, millions of Palestinians have been forced to flee their homes due to ongoing conflict and violence. The world watches as a humanitarian crisis unfolds in Palestine. Families are torn apart and communities are shattered. The impact of this crisis is felt far and wide. Millions of Palestinians are displaced from their homes, living in overcrowded refugee camps with limited access to basic necessities. They are refugees seeking safety and shelter. Many have lost everything and are struggling to survive in harsh conditions. The conflict in Gaza has created unimaginable suffering. Homes are destroyed, lives are lost, and the future remains uncertain for countless families. People are losing their lives, their homes, and their hope. The situation is desperate. The emotional and psychological toll on the affected population is immense. Food, water, and medical supplies are scarce. Children and the elderly are particularly vulnerable, facing malnutrition and disease. Hospitals are overwhelmed with the injured. Medical facilities are struggling to cope with the sheer number of casualties and the lack of resources. The international community must act now to alleviate the suffering. Humanitarian aid is crucial, but long-term solutions are also needed to address the root causes of this crisis. The need for aid and asylum is greater than ever. We must come together to support those in need and work towards a future where peace and stability can be achieved for all. Beyond capacity, neighboring nations struggle. Neighboring countries are already bearing a heavy burden. Jordan, Syria, and Lebanon have hosted Palestinian refugees for decades. These countries have shown incredible generosity. However, their resources are stretched thin. They struggle to provide basic necessities for their own citizens. Taking in more refugees would put an impossible strain on their systems. The international community must share the responsibility. We must find new solutions to this growing crisis. A legacy of compassion that spans decades and touches countless lives. The Philippines and refugees. This Southeast Asian nation has long been a beacon of hope for those fleeing conflict and persecution. The Philippines has a history of opening its doors to those in need. From the early 20th century to the present day, the country has consistently shown a willingness to help. During World War II, the Philippines welcomed Jewish refugees fleeing persecution. This small archipelago became a sanctuary for those escaping the horrors of the Holocaust. This act of compassion saved thousands of lives. The Filipino people have, despite their own struggles, extended a hand of friendship and safety to those in dire need. It cemented the Philippines' reputation as a nation of humanity. Monuments and memorials across the country stand as a testament to this noble chapter in history. Today, a small community of Palestinian refugees has found a home in Manila. These families have brought with them their rich culture and traditions, adding to the vibrant tapestry of Filipino society. They run a food business called Little Gaza Kitchen. This venture not only provides a livelihood, but also serves as a cultural bridge, introducing Filipino locals to Palestinian cuisine and fostering mutual understanding. This initiative showcases the resilience of the Palestinian people. Despite the challenges they have faced, they continue to thrive and contribute positively to their new community. It also demonstrates the potential for successful integration. The story of the Palestinian refugees in Manila is a powerful example of how different cultures can come together, support one another, and build a harmonious community. A beacon of hope. Potential benefits for the Philippines. Offering asylum to Palestinian refugees could bring several benefits to the Philippines. First, it would solidify the country's image as a compassionate global citizen. This could lead to stronger diplomatic ties with other nations. Second, it could open doors for economic cooperation. Refugees once settled often contribute to their adopted countries. They bring skills, talents, and a strong work ethic. Section 5. A question of resources, economic and logistical concerns. The Philippines, like many nations, faces economic challenges. The country is still recovering from the aftermath of recent typhoons. These natural disasters have strained resources and displaced millions within the Philippines. Providing for a large influx of refugees would require significant financial investment. Housing, food, healthcare and education would all need to be provided. The government would need to carefully assess if it can meet these needs. Section 6. A divided house. Security concerns and public opinion. The issue of accepting refugees is often met with mixed reactions. Some citizens may express concerns about security. They might worry about the potential for conflict or instability. Others may fear that resources will be diverted from Filipinos in need. It is crucial for the government to address these concerns openly. Transparent communication and public education campaigns can help build understanding. Dialogue and empathy are essential in navigating these complex issues. Section 7. A global responsibility, the international community's role. The Palestinian refugee crisis is not just a regional issue, it is a global one. The international community has a moral obligation to help. The United Nations and humanitarian organizations are working tirelessly to provide aid. However, these organizations are overwhelmed and underfunded. More countries need to step up their support. This includes providing financial assistance and offering resettlement opportunities. Section 8. A call to action. The Philippines' choice. What will it be? The Philippines stands at a crossroads. This moment in history is pivotal, not just for the nation, but for the world. The choices made today will echo through generations, shaping the future of countless lives. Will it turn away from those in desperate need, or will it embrace its legacy of compassion? The Philippines has a rich history of extending a helping hand, of opening its doors to those who seek refuge. This legacy is a testament to the nation's enduring spirit of generosity and humanity. The decision to accept more Palestinian refugees is a complex one. It involves weighing the immediate needs of the refugees against the long-term implications for the country. Discussions are ongoing, with various stakeholders presenting their views and concerns. There are valid concerns about resources and security. The Philippines, like many nations, faces its own challenges. Limited resources, economic constraints, and security issues are all factors that cannot be ignored. These concerns are real and must be addressed thoughtfully. However, there is also a moral imperative to act. The plight of the Palestinian refugees is dire, and the international community looks to nations like the Philippines to lead by example. Compassion and empathy are powerful forces that can drive positive change. The Philippines has a chance to make a real difference in the lives of those who have lost everything. By opening its doors, it can offer hope and a new beginning to those who have been displaced by conflict. This act of kindness can inspire other nations to follow suit. The question remains, will we answer the call? The decision lies in the hands of the Filipino people and their leaders. It is a choice that will define the nation's character and its place in the world.